On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype. We make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what Guan. A blessed and wonderful Wednesday evening to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now, my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side. So we have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in a Jamaica. So watch your snow, my peeps. In the evening, we're going to kick it off with some update. Now, this man presently on your screen, the man accused of taking the life of these 2 women and injuring 3 others on February of this year. He was remanded in custody when he made his first court appearance in the Manchester Parish Court earlier on Wednesday. Now, the man in question has since been identified as Patrick Thompson, and he is scheduled to return to court on March 19th when a bail application is expected to be made. Now, for those who may be wondering what this story is about, or for those who may have forgotten, Patrick Thompson, otherwise known as Big T or Tamo, an engineer of Caledonia district in the parish of Manchester. His charges stem from an incident on Levy Lane on Sunday, February 23rd, during which Thompson and another man got into an argument over a motor vehicle accident. An argument escalated, causing a crowd to gather, and it is alleged that Thompson drew his licensed firearm and opened gunfire at the crowd, hitting multiple persons. It is said that the injured persons were taken to the hospital, where 42-year-old Stacey Ann Mulgrave, she's of a Barnstable district address, and 46-year-old Anne-Marie Hansen of Caledonia Road was pronounced you know what. But in defense of himself, he stated that they mobbed him and dashed some lick on him, drop him all ground and deal with him a certain type of way. So Thompson is being represented by King's Counsel Peter Champagne and Miss Samoy Campbell. He has been officially charged with 2 counts of fatal knockings and clappings, attempted murder, wounding with intent, assault occasioning actual bodily harm, assault at common law, possession of a firearm and ammunition with intent to commit injury, and using a firearm to commit a felony. Now we're going to hear from his attorney, that is King's Counsel Peter Champagne, as he weighs in on his client's first court appearance. Listen.
It was the first appearance for us as attorneys for Mr. Thompson, myself and Ms. Samoy Campbell, and it is the intention to make an application for bail on the next occasion. But as one would appreciate with matters like these, where there are a number of statements, it would not be prudent to make an application for bail today without having access and making an assessment of the statements that the prosecution have. They have a duty to disclose, and when we get those statements, then we will be in a position to make an application for bail on behalf of Mr. Thompson. Myself and Ms. Campbell were appealing for good sense to prevail, in the sense that the matter is now before the court, and any social commentary on the social media platform is likely to be injurious, not just to the rights of the accused, but also persons concerned. In short, what we are appealing for is for the matter to be ventilated in court and not elsewhere.
And still in the Manchester Police Division, the Manchester Police have charged a man for a knockings and clappings that claimed the life of 2 and a serious injury of another in a bar attack in 2024. So the persons that lost their lives has since been identified as 39-year-old businesswoman Tanisha Burton and 74-year-old Wilford Mallison, both of a Craighead district address in the parish. Now, 39-year-old Regine Bogle, said to be a farmer of Christiana, is charged with the 2 counts of fatal knockings and clappings, 2 counts of conspiracy to commit those fatalities, wounding with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, and unauthorized possession of ammunition, and using a firearm to commit a felony. The police stated that Bogle, who was on the run since the attack occurred on Saturday, July 13, 2024, turned himself in on Monday, March 10th and was later charged following a question and answer session. Reports from the Manchester police are that sometime around 10:10 p.m. on the day in question, Burton and Mallison and another man were at a bar owned and operated by Burton when men armed with guns entered the establishment and opened gunfire, hitting all 3. The gunmen then escaped in the area on foot. The police were alerted, and upon the arrival of the police, the injured persons were seen suffering from a whole heap of corner wounds all over their upper bodies and heads. They were all taken to the hospital where Burton and Mallison, the 74-year-old man, were pronounced you know what. So right now, my peeps, in Manchester, the knockings and clappings continues. Now we are going to left from southwest and go further west and stop in the Westmoreland Police Division, where a man who was fatally taken out by the police during a reported confrontation with them in Savanna-la-Mar on Tuesday, March 4th, he has been officially identified as this criminal element presently on your screen, identified as 35-year-old Junior James. But guess what them call Junior James in the criminal underworld? Them call him Shatta. Yeah, man. He's from a troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled era known as Gully Banks in the Westmoreland capital. The police statement stated that a submachine gun with 4 rounds of ammunition was reportedly seized in the incident. It is reported that sometime around 6 a.m. a police team went into the area in search of the criminal element who they say was wanted for questioning in connection with serious crimes including knockings and clappings, fatal knockings and clappings, and extortion, among other gun-related activities. Now, on the spot, news media understands that the criminal element Junior James had an extensive criminal history dating as far back as over a decade, and he is also said to be an active top-tier knockers and clappers in the notorious Delete gang. And when time them say them delete sitting or smaddy, you know say you're no longer among the land of the living. So his knockings and clappings brings to 60 the number of people that Officer Yeman Pick and team ClapWeh during reported confrontations during the start of this year. Yeah, man. So we're going to hear from him family members, him mother and everybody we are ball and make up be nice about them innocent, but when them family member involved in other knockings and clappings of the innocent or their rivals, we don't hear nobody come out and ball, but as soon as police slap them away, everybody tear duck, overflow. Yeah, man, but anyway, listen.
And justice! Me need justice! Me want justice for my son! Me need ya! Me want help! Me want help! To fight the battle! Now then turn from the little last baby one. Put him in a things to them same dangerous in this and the harm and this and that. Me want justice for him. Police beat him Tuesday morning wicked and I put gun on him. Me want justice. Me tired of hit him a ball for murder. Police out to kill me in my house. Police pitch me out of my house. Lock me door. Me want justice.
Now the deceased man's baby mother had a word to say because she's also refuting the claims of the police. Listen.
The police, them say, who am I in here? Me say, me am my boyfriend. Then take me out of the house and ask me for my phone. I say my phone under a pillow. Then take your phone and take me out of the yard and carry me out of the gate.
See that? Gunshot. See that? Gunshot. Yeah, police do it, bust up on my shot.
Well, anyway, right there and then, another decent spot of work again by the squad of them. You know how much mothers Shatta make ball? Well, mummy, sad to say, I don't know you personally, but probably you try your best with him. But a year time now for cry. So just wipe the tears from your eye and just know say I just part of the journey because of the route where him choose. Yeah, man. Now over there in the St. Catherine South Police Division, in the troubled section of Old Harbour, the St. Catherine South Police have launched an investigation into the loss of life of a man in the Old Harbour Bay in the parish Tuesday night. The deceased man has since been identified as Davin O'Sullivan, otherwise known as Beanie Man in the streets, said to be 30 years old and is also a fisherman from Budho in Old Harbour. Now, reports reaching on the Spot News Media would suggest that sometime around 3:30 p.m, O'Sullivan was at his home when explosions were heard, and when checks were later made, it was later revealed that he was conned up and seriously injured. He was, however, rushed to the Spanish Town Hospital in a bid to save his life, but he was pronounced you-know-what upon arrival. The police report states that no motive has yet been established for the fatal knockings and clappings of Davin O'Sullivan. The Old Harbour police is presently investigating that matter. Boy, may I tell you, the thing rough. Now, the next thing that we're going to talk about is coming out of the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled Kingston Western Police Division, where detectives attached to the Kingston West Police have on Monday arrested and charged a janitor for brandishing an illegal firearm on a woman during an argument. The man in question has since been identified as Javon Pusey. He's said to be of an Upper Oxford Street address in the Kingston Western Division. He was charged with possession of a prohibited weapon and assault at common law. The Denham Town Police stated that sometime around 2:10 p.m. on March 17th, it is said that Javon Pusey and a woman got into an altercation. It is said that during that altercation, he pulled a firearm from his waistband and pointed that said firearm in her direction. A report was made to the police, leading in his subsequent arrest. He was charged on Monday. Following the complainant's statement, his court date is presently being finalized. Now, the last thing that we are going to talk about, we have 3 criminal elements who has been deemed wanted by the police. Now, the first one on the list of 3 has since been identified as this criminal element, presently on your screen identified as Romain Powell, but them call him Biggs in the streets. It is said that he's wanted for an attempted fatal knockings and clappings. He frequents the community of Kendall and the wider Manchester. Now, the next criminal element on that list has since been identified as O'Shane Della Pena, but them call him Doggy in the streets. He is wanted for fatal knockings and clappings. He also frequents Albion District and also the wider Manchester. And the last criminal element on that list has since been identified as Adane Foster. Adane is wanted for the offense of a fatal knockings and clappings. He frequents the communities of Fibespen and also the wider St. Elizabeth Police Division. If anyone have any information surrounding the whereabouts of any one of these 3 criminal elements or any other that has been listed by On The Spot News Media or any like-minded vlogger, as a matter of fact, please alert the nearest police station. And as always, if you don't trust the police, link On The Spot News Media or any like-minded vlogger. Give us the information and we will most definitely pass it on to the relevant authorities who can make effective change Yeah, man. So anyway, my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.